dealing with contractors, right? It's probably the most scary aspect of flipping a house. So you found your deal, you got the right price for it. I'm going to help you guys a little bit by covering 5 things we often see where investors make mistakes when dealing with contractors. All right, the first one is always get referrals, guys. It's so easy, and I see so many people not do this, right? They'll go on Facebook, they'll find someone who says they're a investor-friendly contractor, they'll get them to go out and bid the work, and they'll give them the job, but they never checked their resume, right? Let's see what their resume is in past work that they've done. Ask for some investors' numbers and call those investors. Take a look at the MLS, those sold properties, and see what kind of quality work they're doing. Ask the right questions to those investors. Say, hey, what was the process like working with so-and-so contractor? Did they finish the project on time? Did they finish it within budget? Speak to 2 or 3 of those, right? Or even ask the contractor if they're working on any current projects and go walk those properties. Go see how they're doing. Speak to that investor. The investor is going to tell you whatever you need to know, right? They're going to tell you, man, these guys blitzed through the job. They did it on budget. They're awesome. I have no problem with them. If they don't have any referrals, investor referrals, they're not the right contractor for you, right? They're just getting started. Um, I would avoid those. Just get the ones where you can verify their work for now, guys. The second one would be never tell them that they're the only one bidding a job, right? You might build a great relationship with this realtor and you guys are, you know, having a great time talking, but always slip it in there that you're going to have to get multiple bids on the job. Blame it on somebody else. Blame it on your lender. Blame it on the wife, right? Blame it on a business partner. It doesn't matter, but good practice in anything is to get multiple bids, right? At least 3 bids. And I would suggest doing this for everything, right? If you're not using that GC to cover the entire rehab, get it with your HVAC, get it with your electrician, get it with your plumber. Always get 3 bids, and you're going to really learn over time by doing that too, the cost of every line item that you're doing on that rehab. So then the next time a contractor sends you a bid for way too much on a condenser or a new panel, you're going to be able to spot that immediately, right? It's just really good practice. Get 3 bids. Let the contractor know you're getting multiple bids. Don't tell them that they're the only one. Otherwise, you lose all of that leverage. All right. Right. The third one is never let them know exactly what your rehab budget is, right? And this is a really hard one because they're going to ask you. So you've spoken to a new contractor, you've verified their sources. Now you have a property you want to send them to. They're going to say, "What's your rehab budget?" Well, instead of giving them a 30,000 or 40,000, this is what I need to do it for. Give them a scope of work and say, "I'm looking to see how much this is going to cost to make sure that this is a deal." Okay, and that is key. So they don't know that they're going to try to fit everything within that $30,000 or $40,000 budget, and that's where things can go wrong, right? If they're undercutting it just to get the job. So learn how to do a scope of work, and you're putting on there. We want to change the bathroom tile. We want to paint the inside of the house. We want to put in granite, or we want to put in quartz. We need a new roof. Add all those things on a simple scope of work and let them bid it out before you give them a number. Again, this is all about keeping the leverage. See what they come back at. Don't let them know the round number of what you're trying to get it done for, or they're going to try to fit everything into that budget just to get the job. All right, the fourth one. This is just a given, okay? Never, ever, ever pay the contractor everything up front. Okay, that loses all motivation for them to do the job. Then you really put yourself at risk. Even if they were offering a big discount, just do not do it. All it takes is one contractor to not show up, not do the work, run off with your money, and you've lost any potential discount that you could have given. Get with your contractor and tell them that you're working off draws, right? You're using lending to do it, and you're only going to be paying for completed work. Now, some contractors might need a little bit up front, right, to get the labor get the materials and get everything started, but you should be paying them in smaller increments instead of giving them big chunks of money for uncompleted work. But I think that's the key. Pay them for work that is completely finished, okay? And a good lender is going to be able to back you up on this. They're going to be able to run out there and inspect that work and make sure it's been completed before that money gets released that you can pay that contractor. Just make that a given. Just make that part of the deal. hey, if you're doing this job, I just want to let you know that the work is going to be done paid as the work is finished via draws. And that's going to protect you guys immensely. So always have that in mind and always make sure you do that. And the fifth thing, and one of the most important, is always have everything in writing, okay? It might be an uncomfortable conversation to start with, but this is a business and you do not want to work off of anything with a gentleman's agreement. Don't do it, just don't do it, right? You're going to be covering stuff in your contract like change orders. So stuff does happen during a rehab and you might have a slight increase, right? You might change your opinion on something that you didn't think was going to need to be done. Well, now you're looking at comps, you're thinking, well, I do need to have that completed, but have everything in writing, especially for overages, for timelines. Just put it down all on paper. And even if you have a great relationship with your contractor, it can potentially solve any issues that would sour that relationship in the long run. You can say, hey, let's look back at the contract. This is what we agreed on. This is what we said was going to happen. Let's stick to that contract, right? Gentlemen's agreements, they can be lost over, the period of months it's going to take to do that work. I would just like to point out that, not all contractors are out to get you. They're not out to, take all the profit away. They're businessmen too, and they need to make a profit. And you can have some really awesome contractors, right? I've worked with my contractors for years and we never have a problem. And if we ever do have an issue, we know how to cover it because we've crossed, these items off before. So guys, go out there and you've got this. You're going to find some amazing contractors. Sometimes it takes a few to really figure out those ones that you vibe with, but they can make or break your deal. One of the most important things in real estate investing is as you scale this business, you have to have people that you can trust. And having a contractor there that you have complete trust in, that you don't have to go and check up on them every day, is going to be an absolute blessing to your business, right? You don't want to feel like you're always looking over their shoulder. You want to give them control over that project and control over making sure that everything goes smoothly with the subcontractors and with the work that's being done. So I hope these tips are really helpful for you guys to go out there and find the correct contractors for your project. My name is Joe at Spark Lending. Drop me an email down below if you need anything, any contracts, any templates that we might have used before, or just any questions, or put in the comments below some other things that you want us to cover regarding contractors. And we're really happy to have you here. Make sure you like and subscribe for ongoing and more tips. We also interview real estate investors, so get you a real behind the scene. We'll be asking those guys about contractors, how they found the ones that they're using and what kind of experiences they've seen and red flags to look out for.